Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. And here is her story. Hi, Ollie. Not sure where to begin. Please keep anonymous. 5 years out of marriage, and though it's better in so many ways, I still see the fallout of the past narcissistic effects in my life. I am better at identifying it and do handle it easier in my personal life, but at work, oh boy. It gets intense. I supervise people, and once I start to recognize toxic patterns, I disconnect, and they don't last too long after that because my tolerance is so low. Same for clients. Well, if they're toxic, then that's exactly what you should be doing. And the same for client. Like, I'm one, like, you should fire a customer if they're bad. Why are you putting up with bullshit? If toxic is toxic, and especially in a working environment, if you're supervising people and you're noticing toxic behavior, get rid of them, because it's not going to work. It never works out in the end, does it? No matter how good they are at first or for a time being, it's never going to work out because their toxicity means they're selfish and it's all about them, and eventually it's going to blow up on you. Better to get rid of them sooner than later. I just experienced a situation in which we just couldn't please this female customer. We were never good enough, and it was obvious she didn't trust anything we did. Yesterday, I just about had it. She came in with more complaints without being nasty. I countered everything she said. I was done. Needless to say, she won't be coming back. I was happy, but regretted not nipping it in the bud a long time ago and deleting her as a customer. Yeah, like, listen. I have become very, very adept at figuring out who the problems are going to be. To give you an example, and I'll give you a little insight here. Like, I'm very good at detecting who's going to give me a problem on the channel by how they communicate with them, how they communicate with me, what I'm able to ascertain they already know about the channel. So, like, what type of shit testing rules you're going to break, and it's usually accompanied by a few things, and then there's a capper at the end, which usually kind of just, I solidifies it, and I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong. And it just got to, I've got to the point where it's very easy for me to just, nope, hit refund, not worth it. And you got to nip that in the bud very, very, because it's never worth it. It's never worth it. It's like, nope. So you got to be willing to cut a customer if you see they're toxic, because I don't know what field what you're doing, but toxic customers like to eat up as much time as they can. They like to complain at you to try to get the price lower, to make it seem like you're not happy, so they can always try to screw you over. And I guarantee you, that's usually what it's usually centered around. And it's a big, big red flag. So, I get what you're saying. So here comes the fears: loss of business, bad reviews, on and on. Same with staff. So annoying when you have to deal with the manipulation, selfishness, and not wanting to work, but wanting to collect a paycheck. And there goes the scary words: staff turnover. What will they say? On and on and on. I'm sick of it. And sometimes I wish I could work by myself and cut customers off the minute the mask drops. I really see that once you start this journey, there is no going back, and sometimes it's just plain tough because you can't go back to sticking your head in the sand and pretending these things that these things in people don't exist. Won't go back though, can't. The authenticity this serves up is bittersweet, but worth it. Appreciate your authenticity. Best of everything to Charlene and yourself. Couple things here. Okay, I would want to be more involved in the hiring process. Like, if you're not involved in the hiring process yourself, then you need to make clear to whoever's giving you problems over the staff turnover, because obviously that you're in a bigger, I guess, company where you have stuff like that that's being tracked. Like, don't bitch at me about turnover if you're not going to give me a decision in who you're sending to me. I didn't have a lot of turnover once I took over a store and cleared out the staff. And I always cleared out the staff, okay? Because I wasn't coming to a new location. I wasn't coming to your store because you were doing things right. I was coming to your store because you fucked up everything beyond all recognition, and I'm there to friggin' just burn it to the ground and rebuild it. You get past the toxic coworkers by being able to get involved in the hiring process. If you can't do that, then you're going to have a very difficult time, because you're not having any input into who they're bringing in there. The toxicity needs to be cut off at the beginning of the process. Now, by the time they're coming to you, it's too late. You've already hired them, and you had no input into whether they're there or not. So you need to make clear to them, like, don't come to me. I have no input into who you're hiring. Give me some input into hiring, and I'll tell you not to hire them at the beginning. These people are toxic. They're going to cause a problem. But in bigger companies, everybody's on their own mission. Human resources is tracking this. Whatever your division is tracking that. And that's why nothing ever gets done. Customers, same deal. You got to make a decision like, is this worth it? Is this worth my time? Is this worth the aggravation? This customer, it usually isn't. Because what I found is, the people who act like that are the ones who give you the least and who are paying the least anyway. They're the most difficult ones. The most difficult ones. And then when you go back and you look at it, it's like, this just wasn't worth the money. The time I wasted on this person, I could have probably booked 3 more clients. So, I get it. But the time to stop this is at the beginning of the process. Okay? By the time they get to you, it's far, far too late. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your contribution and your story. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it growing, successful, and expanding, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance.